let's jump into this. Let's see. I know we're already gonna get pissed, so chat, brace yourselves and prepare to embrace the rage. I know I am. Let's do this, shall we?
Welcome back to a series so adorable, even this doggo subscribed. In today's video, a clip is going viral of Hasan treating his dog very poorly. People are very mad. XQC has responded doing the frame-by-frame analysis. Ethan is absolutely disgusted. Tectone is calling out Hasan. Destiny has responded. Anissa is the only person left still defending Hasan. Hasan has responded denying the allegations. People have done some digging and uncovered more damning clips about the situation. Hasan,
I'm guessing Tectone may have fired back on Twitter. As far as I know, Tectone is not back on stream because I believe he's in the process of moving to Austin. I believe he's moving close to the Unsub Boys, so I think he's in the process of that. So I'm guessing it's just he responded on Twitter is all.
His own radical lefty friends have also called him out. Asmongold has responded. Subscribe to save Hasan's dog from his 10-hour streams. Now let's begin with Hasan being exposed for treating his dog poorly. Basically, if you didn't know, Hasan has used his socialist money to purchase a designer dog that he keeps as a showpiece in his stream, and he gets very annoyed if she dares move from her spot. Here we got a clip going viral. Hasan reaching for something and seemingly shocking his dog to keep her in camera view.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go.
Did you, wait, hold it. Did you see that dog's hesitation? Did you, I recognize that behavior. Look at the hesitation of this dog just to put a foot down.
Violence.
Look at this.
Okay? It's the same reason as to why America.
Did you see how, like, gingerly the dog put its foot down? Okay. I recognize the behaviors of abused animals. You guys might know, I've told you before, Sadie, my first dog, she was abused before I was able to get to her. Before I was able to get to her in the shelter, I was told that she was abused. That the neighborhood kids would throw things at her, that the owners would hit her if she tried to go into the house, and she was so scared that when I brought her home, I literally had to pick her up and carry her into the home because she was so terrified to go inside.
The sign should be fitted with a shock cock ring.
She was so terrified that I was going to hit her for going into the house that I literally had to pick her up and carry her into the home. And I had to do that multiple times when I first brought her home because she didn't know that I would love her and that I wouldn't harm her for her going in the home. So trust me, I recognize the behaviors of abused dogs. This dog was scared to get off of this fucking mount that Hasan has got for his dog. This was fear. This dog was exhibiting fear of getting off. Like, I don't know if am I going to be hurt if I get down off of this.
Reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
Motherfucker. I know exactly what the fuck you did. I know exactly why she made that fucking yelp, you cock-gobbling thunder cunt. You just fucking shocked that poor dog because she dared get off of her platform. because she dared to stop being your fucking prop. You fucking shocked her. You absolute piece of shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should not have that fucking dog. Because it... That was the dog. That was the sound of a dog in pain and fear. That was pain and fear that dog just exhibited. He is terrorizing that dog so she can be a fucking prop for his cum-guzzling tomfoolery. You know, I have a feeling, like, for fuck's sake, we're a minute 30 into this. It's gonna get worse.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
I'm sorry, fucking what? Your dog yelps in pain and fear after you just shocked it. And you're gonna say you're being a baby? Someone strapped that fucking shock collar around his fucking throat and set it on high. And push the fucking button. And then tell Hasan stop being a baby when he starts screaming in pain. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself with a bad dragon wrapped in Constantino wear, soaked in ghost pepper hot sauce, and wrapped up with a nice little shock collar turned on high. And I got my finger on the fucking remote, ass hat.
Just you're making her stressed. She just literally
making her stressed. You're terrifying her, you
so
fucking
incredibly
cockgobbler.
Spoiled from my mom. No, she doesn't want.
No. What? What? Hold up. So hold up. I need to hear that again.
Really is so incredibly spoiled from my mom. No, she doesn't want.
Dog does not help in pain and fear because you speak to it crossly. That's not what causes a dog to yelp in pain and fear. You fucking lying cunt. That has nothing to do with it. Stop making an excuse, you fucking animal abuser. You fucking animal abuser. I hope to God someone has forwarded this footage to the and the footage I know we're about to see to the SPCA. I really fucking hope someone has forwarded this footage. Like,
want to come over here to see what's up. She just wants to fucking roam the house because she got to roam the house when I was gone, and she needs to literally have the same structured, regimented. I think this clip went to Trump's big baby desk and.
So he won't give her. What does he keep his dog in this tiny room 24/7? She's not allowed to roam in your precious fucking mansion? So
Legal
you
Mindset
shocked
posted
her.
how to report him on X.
Yeah, you can go to California's SPCA site and report it. Philo? They might. And you can also report him to the local law enforcement. Local law enforcement will also take reports of animal cruelty. Police departments will also respond to animal cruelty. So you can also report him to his local police department. Okay, I gotta let this keep going because I know this is gonna get worse. I know this is gonna get worse.
Immediately, I hate everything. I hate everything.
Right,
Fuck
so
you.
let me get this straight. Hasan's dog, Kaya, tries to move 1 inch off her tiny ass little seat platform there, and Hasan just loses his mind? Are you kidding me? Heaven forbid your dog actually.
Well, yes. I mean, is anybody surprised? He has screamed for his cult followers to gut people and to paint the streets with their capitalistic blood. That is a quote from him directly, Twitch and Dan Clancy. I'm quoting Hasan directly. He has flat out said that the streets should be painted red with capitalistic blood. That's your fucking boy who said that. Yes, I do think he gets off on hurting animals. That's the sign of a fucking serial killer or a sociopath, that they get off on hurting animals. No difference fucking here.
Tries to stretch their legs, stretch her muscles, or take a damn step, and apparently she's the spoiled one for trying to get up and move around a little bit. You seriously can't make this shit up. Now, people are theorizing that he reached there and he pressed a button that shocked her, and that's why she actually yelped. Now, Hasan is denying this, obviously. We'll get to all of that and all the investigation there.
There we go.
Regardless, why is Kaya just so scared? Like, even if it wasn't actually a shock, it really seems...
Yeah, right there. Right there. Hang on. Hang on. This posture. When she went to lay back down again, look at her posture when she goes to lay back down again. That is the movements of a dog in fear. Watch Kaya, like, lay back down. A normal dog does not, like, shimmy its legs forward like that. She's scared. She's fucking scared.
Even if it wasn't actually a shock, it really seems like she's traumatized
that's
or
fear.
Afraid of something, right? Or she's like conditioned to immediately be fearful the second Hasan even makes a micro movement or anything, right? Because she knows something bad is actually about to happen, right? By the way, just a reminder, $3 million mansion, and can't just let her roam in the house. Like, you can just lock the door.
TRV, it's not. He terrified and very likely shocked his dog just because she got down off of her little, like, display platform and wasn't going to be his prop. The fact that she yelped in pain and fear when he called her out and basically told her to get back in her place, yeah, that's not nothing, Burger. I've had a dog that came to me that was abused. I know how they behave. That's how they fucking behave. And it's disgusting. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yes. Yes, sorry, Bookworm. Yeah, she's also making herself small. You're at adequate distance. Yeah, she's exhibiting all the signs of an abused animal. All the signs. And yes, Boots, I mean, you know it so well as also. I imagine you and I are not the only ones that have had experience with caring for abused animals. I imagine there are probably many people in chat right now that have cared for an abused animal or have worked with an abused animal before. A lot of us can recognize the signs. The fact that Hasan thinks he's going to bullshit his way out of this, when a lot of people in the online space have taken care of abused animals and can recognize the signs. Yeah, guess what, Hasan?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And Starry, welcome. Welcome. I'm sorry that you have to come in on such a furious one, but I do hope you enjoy yourself on stream today.
You know, she's not going to run outside the house or whatever.
Agreed. Sorry, Pegasus. Yeah, Wormus, agreed. It took me time to work with Sadie to get her, to basically work her through her abuse, like the abuse that she suffered at the hands of the owner before me. It took time working with her, and I'm going to tell you something. I have never met a more loving dog in my life. Sadie was one of the most loving dogs I've ever experienced. I've ever encountered. She was, oh my God, she was one of the most beautiful dogs I've ever been around. I miss her, I miss her so much. I do miss her so much. She was beautiful. She was absolutely beautiful. When I was able to work with her and get her to come out of her shell and get her to realize that, get her to realize that I loved her, that I would never hurt her. She was just so loving. Just so loving. Well, Captain Rudy, I don't know when she passed because unfortunately, unfortunately, I had to adopt her out because before one of the person in my family was diagnosed with autism, we didn't know what was going on with them, and we were seeking, conventional medical, uh, uh, conventional medical advice, and a doctor suggested that that the person in my family was allergic to dogs. And so we had to we made the heartbreaking decision to adopt her out for the benefit of the person in my family. Uh but it was some time ago. I do believe that she has has passed some time ago from old age. From what I understood, she went to a wonderful home, the home of an older couple that treated her wonderfully. Um, but it's been, I imagine it's been several years since she's passed from old age.
I mean, maybe from you. Like, if I had to listen to Hasan for 10 hours a day, I'd probably try to run too, not gonna lie. Here's what people are saying. Your mom spoils her because she lets her stand up? Imagine letting your dog walk around the house. Anarchy. Why can't she roam the house or get water or food or stretch her legs instead of being bedbound for 3 hours? Not 3 hours. Hasan streams are like 8 to 10 hours. He's not barking.
Yeah.
He's not acting out or doing anything wrong. Insane behavior on his part. She needs to be a background prop. Hasan is streaming. Not sure what you're confused about. The designer dog, obviously. Like, if you wanted something to just be there, like a lifeless, zoo animal or whatever, get a prop.
Yeah, Spike, I think we're gonna get into this. Like, XQC apparently did like a frame by frame and pointed out that it is indeed a shock collar.
Right? Get like a life version of a dog or whatever. Don't get an
especially
actual
bred
living
Mars,
creature
especially like crossbred, probably.
Sit there, essentially. They are permanently banning people now for talking about it. Losers. I mean, I don't know if you're referring to Reddit or Hasan. It's kind of both here, as we'll see. But yeah, ridiculous. Why is he triggered at his dog just walking around? Probably because it's
because then she's not being the prop. Then he can't present the visage of being just a wonderful man of the people with his big, beautiful dog behind him as a prop. That's why she can't get up, because he bought her as a prop, not as, like, wanting an animal that you can love and care for. She's a prop. I mean, honestly, should anybody be surprised? Should anybody be surprised? Literally everything in Hasan's life, be it people, animals, items, are all props to him. Everything in the world is nothing but a prop for Hasan. He is a complete fucking narcissist. He does not give a fuck about anything except himself. That is all that he fucking cares about. He cares about himself. He cares about his bank account. He doesn't give a fuck about anything else. That's why he doesn't care about his dog, why he treats his dog like she is a prop. That's why he doesn't give a shit about his orbiters and won't help them in their legal battles. He doesn't fucking care about anything. All he cares is that the people in his chat worship him in a cult-like manner, that he be treated like the fucking high priest of the fucking Heaven's Gate cult, and everybody throw money at him and bow down to him and kiss his ring and do whatever he says. And no one can say a fucking thing otherwise, because he is the high priest and you are all but peasants to him, including his fucking dog.
The Zionist. Look at how carefully manufactured that room is. His dog is just another one of his props. Like, dude, his room has his name like plastered all over. It's the ultimate narcissist chamber, you know? If I had to guess, I would say it's the reaction of a shock collar. I think you can even see Hasan reaching for something, which I suspect was a shocker right before the dog yelps. Everyone who mentions the dog in his chat is getting deleted or banned. Is anybody surprised? We got the classic John Wick meme. Anyways, a bunch of people weighed in, including Investigator XQC, puts on his commentator hat and does play-by-play slow motion of the Hasan Kaya clip, thinks there's a 98% chance it's a shock collar.
I'm not gonna be a hater. I'm
Look right here.
Fair chance.
Look right there.
Hasan the soy boy.
That could be a shadow, but there, right there.
And over.
Right there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it. I'm gonna play-by-play this motherfucker too. I too can play this game. Hold up. Hold up. Come on, you. Come on, step it. See the light? You see that light? Right there. Right there. There's the light. Yup.
Hasan the soy boy.
Just
Hand over.
fuck.
About to press. Still moving. Now goes forward. I'm assuming probably has a, let's say a Steam Deck, right? Hand forward. Now that was his arm forward. Now his hand going forward probably. See a little bit more.
Go.
Bang! It would be in the next 3 frames.
Oh.
Haha.
The likeliness,
Have wasted $5.
Chad. The likeliness of this being is like 98%. I'm not being weird. You see the arm movement, right?
Oh, yeah.
Looking.
Yeah. Look at his look. He's looking specifically down at his hand. He's looking specifically down at his hand. Almost like he wants to make sure he's touching the correct button.
No more arm movement now. A little bit more. Tiny bit more. A little bit more. Now it stops now. Guys, 99%. I'm just going with the people saying. People saying his dog has a shock collar. I think that's not okay. And that's kind of crazy. So I was more than to say, no way he has that. Because he's usually a sensible guy. It looks pretty like the jam thing and then 9%.
Right. I'm not sure how much of that I could actually show because this is one of those things you really just can't show on YouTube without the video getting flagged. But there is...
Which... that's a fucking shame. Because Hasan needs to be exposed. And the best way to expose him is for commentators like More Pegasus, like XQC, like me, to show on stream, to show in the video of Hasan actually did this. But if it gets showed, then it would be a strike. If it actually if it actually showed the animal in pain, that's why in the previous part of the video that when Kaya basically yelped, there was a full black box because Pegasus probably would have caught a strike for that if he actually showed it.
Is the XQC frame-by-frame analysis. Now, personally, I don't even care if it was a shock in that actual moment because it shows a pattern of like potential previous shocks or potential previous mistreatment, which legitimately pisses me off. Not gonna lie, it took me a while to make this video because I was legitimately just seething. Okay, this actually, unironically, pissed me off more than the terrorist support, which is diabolical. You know, that is actually diabolical. But who would have thought?
Well, yeah, because the Houthi terrorists are busy getting their ass kicked over the Middle East. This puppy is on our front lawn. That's why it hits harder. Is the Houthi terrorists? They're gonna eventually get themselves all killed. We don't fucking care about them. This is an animal. This is an animal that basically is in the care of a human. And that human is using this animal as a prop and abusing this animal. There's a reason why, if you go to prison for animal abuse, you are target number fucking 1 by every other prisoner on the block. Children, elderly, and animals. If you've harmed any of those 3 and you go to prison, you're fucking done. You are done.
that the guy who's fine with babies dying and women and children getting violated and just hand-waving all of that, all the atrocities committed by actual terrorists, he's apparently not nice to his dog, guys. This is shocking information. I mean, wow. But it is just so crazy that he's doing the shit on stream, right? So imagine what happens off stream, right? We got somebody called Super Bad Human saying, I'm going to defend us. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. I'm going to defend Hasan, which is unusual. Shock colors of a beeping mode in which I use sometimes. You don't normally have to use the shock.
Okay. Okay. Super Bad Human could be correct. But there's a factor involved here that Super Bad Human is not taking into account. Even if Hasan activated the beep instead of the actual shock, the fact that Kaya yelped in fear and pain means that he's used it on her in the past. Yeah, Story, you're right. I mean, she would, well, it could have been perceived pain. The beep is quiet, Hawk. The beeps on these shock collars are not loud. And yes, we know he shocked him. Okay, let me preface this by saying we know Hasan shocked him. I've seen the unedited clip. And in fact, after the More Pegasus video, I will show the unedited clip. It just won't make it to my YouTube. I will show the unedited clip. You can see that that Kai spasms along with the yelp. So even if it was the beep mode, even if the fact that Kai responded with a terrified / pained yelp means that Hasan has used that shock collar on her before. Enough times that the mere beep instilled such fear in her that she yelped. So this is not the defense that Super Bad Human thinks it might be.
Shocking mode. First off, we don't know if it was an actual shock administered at that moment. Second off, the dog still yelped, right? Why would it be yelping at a little beep, right? Unless you have previously shocked it or something like that. Dogs don't just yelp for no reason, and you have John Wick's number. He shows zero concern for the dog, poor thing. That's the thing. If it wasn't a shock, right, and you'll see Hasan's explanation later, he basically says that it got hurt on something or tripped on something or whatever. If you actually thought that was the case, wouldn't you go to actually...
Yes, I'm pretty sure Hasan has tried to say that she got caught on something when she made that yelp. That's the excuse. I think he put that on Twitter. I believe it was a post that he put on Twitter saying like, oh, she got caught on something and that's why she yelped. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. This is Hasan literally trying to 1984 this shit by saying, don't believe your own lying eyes. Yeah, he said, yeah, something like her nail got caught on the bed or something. Fuck you, Hasan. We have eyes. We can see. We're not your fucking cock gobbler followers. We're calling you out on that shit. Okay, Dan Clancy may have gotten a reprieve from Congress so he could stay permanently entrenched under the fucking desk, deep licking you because God knows your cock is inverted instead of extroverted. The rest of us aren't doing that.
Check on it or something like that. If your dog's yelping, you want to comfort it, but he's too focused on his stream, obviously. You know, Hasan being a good pet owner was the one positive thing I could say about him, but that's no longer the case. My thoughts and prayers are with Kaya. Hopefully he finds a better home soon. A lot of people are, you know, calling for authorities to come in as well, which I'm not an expert. It depends on the dog language experts or whatever. Dan Clancy wishes he was wearing a Hasan shock collar so he could be punished by his content daddy. Would not be surprised. Twitch, is harming animals allowed on your platform? Apparently so. So anyways, Ethan calls out Hasan for...
No, it's not. No, it's not, because there have been streamers who have who was it? There was one streamer that literally, I forget whom it was. This was several years ago. There was a female streamer that literally took her cat on stream and yeeted the fucking thing up. Oh, was it Alinity? Okay. Yeah, it might have been Alinity. Yeah, her cat was I think on her desk, and she picked up her cat and literally yeeted her fucking cat up over the back of, up over her head behind her. And I'm pretty sure she caught a ban for that. I'm pretty sure she caught a ban for that for animal abuse. At least I'm pretty sure she did. So yes, Twitch will ban you for fucking animal abuse. Twitch. It's in your fucking TOS, Twitch. Is this gonna be another TOS thing with Hasan that you're just going to ignore because he's your golden child, because he's your golden streamer? You gonna ignore this again, Twitch? What do you want to bet they are?
For the Kaya clip, horrifying animal cruelty caught on camera by Hasan as he activates her shock collar for one tiny step off her bed. She cries in pain, poor baby. I always thought it was extremely bizarre that his young, energetic puppy never took a step off her bed. This has to be the result of some brutally strict training.
Many of you guys know that.
No, not training abuse. No, we need to call it as we see it. This is not brutally strict training. This is brutal abuse. This dog has been abused to basically and conditioned so that she cannot get off her bed while he is streaming for fear of having pain inflicted against her.
That I'm a dog lover, and there are a few things that horrify me more than people that abuse their animals. These are precious creatures that need us and depend on us, and abusing that trust is such a horrible crime. A clip of Hasan Piker is going viral right now of him shocking his dog Kaya for taking one step off of her mat. I always found it bizarre how Kaya, who's this young energetic puppy, stayed in 1 square foot of Hasan's room.
No, Sniper Bait. This would not be why the hearing was postponed. The reasoning given apparently is because they have to work with all 4 CEOs on scheduling. That's why. So, yeah, this is not what caused the postponement.
Right in sight of camera, almost like just a prop in his room. Well, now we know why. He's using extreme austerity measures to shock and abuse his animal and then blaming her, getting mad at her. It's pretty hard to deny that Hasan is using his dog for the absolutely vain project of just sitting there in frame for 9 hours straight.
Okay, is the audio out of sync for anyone else? Am I crazy or was that audio out of sync? Is it? Okay, it's not just me. Okay, good. I want to make sure it wasn't just me. Okay.
Every day. Terrible.
Yeah, so...
Okay, there's something was wonky with that. And I'm also going to point out, any pet owner that is not an abusive ass fuck like Hasan, any pet owner, when their dog yelps, the instinctive reaction by any decent pet owner is to immediately go, oh my God, are you okay? And jump over to your dog and make sure your dog is okay. That would be the immediate instinctive response of any dog owner if they hear their dog yelp. As soon as it's the same as if you hear a baby cry. It's the same kind of instinctual response. When you hear a dog yelp, it's the same as if you were to hear a baby cry. You immediately drop everything and go check on your dog to make sure your dog's okay. Hasan just goes, oh, stop being a baby. Because he knew, and he said that because he inflicted that pain. She knew why she yelped. That's why he didn't jump up and go check on her and see if she was okay. He knew why she yelped because he inflicted the pain. Not that she caught her nail on the bed somewhere. So that she caught her nail on the bed is bullshit. Unless he's such a fucking psychopath that he doesn't fucking care anytime his dog is in pain. Which means he's a psychopath and abuses his dog anyway. That's the bottom line. If he was an actual caring animal owner, the moment she yelped, he would have been out of his chair going, oh, are you okay, sweetheart? Are you okay? And checking her to make sure that she was okay. No. Silver, he didn't put a nail bearer. His excuse was Kai caught one of her nails on the dog bed. That was the excuse he's giving, is that one of her nails on her forepaw got caught on the bed, and that's why she yelled. That's his excuse. which we all know is bullshit. He did that. He shocked his dog. He inflicted pain against his dog. He is a fucking psychopath and an animal abuser.
Basically, I don't think the dog actually stays there in like all 8 to 10 hours of the stream or whatever, but it is like a long ass time. So, and there are multiple instances of any time Kaya like attempt.
And there's, hang on,
and there are multiple.
That, I think XQC is going to be pointing this out. This is a receiver on the shock collar. I think XQC is going to frame this. This is the receiver for the shock collar. Right there. Hello, ferrets. Hi. Yeah, we'll probably be a little further in this video, but he will talk about how this is the electronic receiving part of the shock collar. And the underside, like the top part's the receiver, the underside are the prongs that are touching Kai's neck that will shock her.
Multiple instances of any time Kaya like attempting to leave that little ass platform, that Hasan just immediately like stares or glares at her down and screams at her, just says, you know, go back on there essentially. Like, I don't know what's his deal. What's your problem? Like, you can't expect a live animal to be a prop, dude. They gotta move around. They gotta actually like, dude, it's crazy.
It's well, Alex. It's she's not a Labrador. She's a side dog. So I'm guessing it's probably a special designer mixed breed of Lab and Mastiff. Because Pegasus said it was a designer dog. So based on the look of the dog, it's probably a mix of Lab and Mastiff would be my guess.
They like, I'm pretty sure dogs like this as well, they need a ton of activity as well. I hope at least Hasan is fucking walking that. For
especially
real, she lays
those
on that
breeds.
little bed for 8+ hours a day every single day. I hope he takes her for walks, but it just feels like he pays someone to do it or doesn't have the time or care that much. Hasan, when he sees a dog that hasn't been abused, and we got Palpatine shocking Yoda, it seems. If advocating for the murder of conservatives won't get Hasan banned, but zapping his dog for stepping off her mat does, it will make Kaya a hero of the people. Imagine this is the one thing that gets Twitch to permaban Hasan. I mean, I'll take it.
Ferret, no, you cannot hit Hasan with the hammer. However, please feel free to report him to the California SPCA or his local law enforcement. You are free to do that. Absolutely. Yes, chat, if you really want to hurt Hasan, report him to the ASPCA, report him to his local law enforcement. Send them the video footage. No, it is not, Alex. You know what I've always said. You know what I've said. We do things the right way. No, Lightspar, do not call PETA. Because if you get PETA involved, they might kill Kaya. Because PETA is a murderous fucking organization that kills more animals than they quote-unquote save. So no, keep PETA, unless PETA plans on euthanizing Hasan, which no, they obviously shouldn't because that's illegal. I'm not advocating for that, Twitch. Keep PETA away from this. PETA will kill a dog before they'll ever save it. Okay? Yeah.
Legitimately take it at this point. Also, Kaya, justice for Kaya. Hasan seems the type to buy a high-maintenance boutique dog and never walk them. Y'all know bro's scared of going outside, and that dog has a tiny backyard to walk around in. It's animal cruelty. It's a
my tiny bit. Like, I have no idea how big Hasan's backyard is. He lives in a fucking mansion. I would expect his backyard to be sizable. But the thing is, that dog is a mixture of working breed dogs. Okay? Oh, yes, we absolutely can ban Hasan from the stream. Oh, yes, we can. Like, that dog is a mixture of working breeds. Okay, it looks like it's a mixture of Labrador and Mastiff, based on the size, the coloring, and the coat and the type of coat that she has. Those are working breeds. Those are working dogs. They need a lot of activity to be happy. Working dogs are happy when they have a job to do. You can't, they're not bred to just laze around and do nothing. They need something to do. And if you don't give them something to do, they'll either become destructive, or if you basically torture the animal, like Hasan has done, they're just going to lay there like that.
point. Tecton responded, I always wondered how Hasan kept his dog behind him all stream. It's because he's been using a shock collar in a setting so high that his dog freaking screams when he uses it. Using your dog as a prop may seem more friendly, relatable, and down to earth when in reality, the dog isn't sitting there of his own volition, but stays there out of fear. I'm beyond disgusted. F this man's whole existence. Now, we can't 100% confirm there was actually a shock collar. There actually are like a bunch of other clips where people are reviewing the...
Yeah, you see the beat that's see that light there? That's basically like a pulse transmission. That's looking for the receiver. That's what that light is indicating. That's not indicating a shock. That's it's indicating that it has power. So but the fact that it is a powered color, that's all you need to know. Because the only kind of powered colors there are for dogs are shock collars. Those are the only kinds of collars that have a power source in them, are shock collars.
Color at hand, but yeah, we'll have to wait for more information. If it wasn't a shock collar, then why the hell didn't he go to check after she yelped? Anytime I've heard my dog cry, I immediately go see what's wrong. It's pretty clear this guy did something to cause her pain. F this guy. Or, you know, at a different time might have caused her pain, and that gives like trauma. Hasan should not have a dog, period. It's clear he thinks of Kai as a way to humanize himself. The Vogue article made a big deal about how she is a designer dog.
Yeah, so it's not about humanizing himself. This is like... He has Kaya for the exact reason why every other dictator has a large dog. It's basically a symbol of their power. So he has Kaya there because she's a specifically bred large dog to try and make him seem like, to basically try and emphasize his power. I'm so powerful. Look, I even have a large dog, and it's a specialty breed as well to promote his wealth. So it's a combination of promoting his wealth and power. And that's it. She's a prop to signify wealth and power, and that's it.
Tecton continues, here's Hasan admitting he owns a shock collar, since he once again looked his audience in the eyes and lied to your face again. Yet you will continue to suck shit out of this man's ass when he doesn't give a damn about you, sees you as a dollar sign.
Yes! How many times have I said this? How many times have I preached this? Hasan does not view anyone as anything other than biological wallets. That's all he sees people as. The people that are his orbiters, the people in his chats, all he views them are as biological wallets. All he thinks is, what can I do to get money out of them? That's all he fucking cares about. How can I enrich myself off of you?
My old roommate wanted to use a shock collar for fish, and his dog's barking. I couldn't do it. I have it still. I bought it. They are incredibly effective.
Right, so that was a clip from a while back, and he essentially says that he got the shock collar, but he didn't have the heart to use it, but maybe apparently found the heart.
So that was a fucking lie.
Yeah, bullshit. He didn't have the heart to use it. See, that was back when he was pretending to be more of a human being. Because that was an old clip we just saw, where he was saying, like, I didn't have the heart to use it. That was an old clip when he was still trying to pretend like he was a human fucking being and not a piece of shit, terrorist-loving, animal abuser. Now, he's grown to the point where he's like, I don't fucking care. People will just love me no matter what. They'll give me money no matter what. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I've got Dan Clancy under my desk licking my inverted slit. I can do whatever the fuck I want. So he stopped pretending.
He got the shock collar, but he didn't have the heart to use it, but maybe apparently found the heart to use it, it seems like, or maybe not, who knows. But yeah, those are the clips that people are digging up at the moment and trying to get to the bottom of this. Hasan, I don't give a shit if the dog's in pain and can't breathe. It's a dog. F this man's entire existence.
Just such a lib ass, like, oh, dude, please don't get a Frenchie. I just read a Vox article talking about how problematic they are. Like, I don't give a f. I know they have breathing problems. I know they're incredibly fucking inbred. I don't give a shit. I know. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. This is a dog.
Interesting. Somebody seems to care a lot about dogs here. Very caring person. We're seeing this pattern of behavior of Hasan's just overwhelming.
Dolben, remember when Hasan did the video talking about what the fuck's her name? Oh my god, what the fuck is her name? Hannah Montana. No. Way back when. What's her name? Who did Hannah Montana? Miley Cyrus. Thank you, Kanito. Yeah, remember he did the video way back when he was trying to be a fucking dude bro and was said, and he concluded one of his videos by going, Miley Cyrus, old enough to, what was it? Old enough to count, old enough to mount? That was how he concluded one of his fucking videos back when he was pretending to be a gym bro.
Empathy for humans and animals alike. Why does he have a dog if he doesn't care about it? Because it's a good prop, apparently. Destiny responded, judge me by my enemies, and he just posted Kaya here. Anyways, Anissa came out of nowhere and decided to be the one person on the internet defending Hasan.
Anissa, you fuck guys for money, and you cuck and fuck other guys for money. And that's literally your only talent. Nobody gives a flying fuck what you have to say. Go put iDubbbz in his cup corner. And thank you for the subby nickname.
Here, Ethan responds to Anissa coming to Hasan's defense over the Kaya clip and calling Klein a horrible dog owner. So Anissa says, I'm a big dog advocate. Love training dogs with positive reinforcement, as you can tell with Merlin and Fiona on Ian streams. Also, iDubbbz. You have trained iDubbbz quite well. I've met Kaya.
Damn it! Pegasus said it before I could. Damn you, Pegasus! I wanted to make that joke. Fuck!
I saw Kaya when Hasan was streaming. She never had a shock collar on. She was good at her place command, but that's very easily accomplished with positive reinforcement. I would be very, very surprised if this was actually Kaya reacting to a shock collar. Well, the thing is, people are talking about this specific clip here and why she yelped. It's like you just did not address that at all. Just because Ethan's a horrible dog owner and can't train his dogs worth shit does
instantaneously making everything she just said completely immaterial and immediately making it so her entire everything she just claimed about I like to train dogs and just fucking yeeting it into the ether. Because of course she had to turn this around and talk about Ethan. The fact that she had to talk about Ethan means that everything she just said previously is bullshit. I'm guessing because she's because this was what Ethan said above. This was his this black box is from Ethan's I think it was his Instagram or his Snapchat, whatever he's using. This was the thing that we saw where Ethan talked about how Hasan is abusing Kaya. And so she just had a comment just because Ethan's a horrible dog owner. Again, why are you saying that he's a horrible dog owner? Where's fucking proof, Anissa? Because of course she has to always go back to Ethan because that's all she's got. All she's got are the Ethan haters to watch her fuck other guys while her husband sits in the cup chair. Anissa, shut the fuck up, you dumb cunt.
Doesn't mean other people are using shock collars. She's legitimately in love with this man. Like, iDubbbz, I know you love being cocked.
I will guarantee I will guarantee you Anissa has fucked us up. I will guarantee it. Like, look at what she's wearing for the podcast with him. Oh, 100%. She spread her legs for Hasan while Ian sat in the corner and watched. Guarantee. I will guarantee you she has fucked Hasan in front of Ian. Guarantee.
But come on, dude. Like, it is so apparent how much she's sucking off Hasan here that this man can legitimately do this to his dog on stream, and she still comes out and defends him out of nowhere. Like, nobody asked you to do this. Ethan responds, what a pathetic shit stain of a human being to immediately handwave away a animal A and instead try to turn it on my four loved dogs.
Kirby, not now! I'll talk to you later. Later, when I'm not raging, Kirby. Time and place, my beautiful, large, suction-mouthing pink blob.
Anissa will erase this tweet after more evidence of Hasan's animal A comes to light. CPS visiting my family. Anissa sleeps. Hasan caught mistreating his dog on camera. I must defend my friend. Of course.
No, no, did it right. I must defend my fuck buddy. Let's get it right. She had to defend her what is it? She had to defend her fuck buddy for the purposes of trying to gain some kind of popularity. So, like everyone in Hasan's orbit, she's, in her case, riding it on his dick to try and see if she can absorb some of his audience. That's it.
It is her overwhelming empathy. If you loved your dogs, you would teach them to stop shitting in the house. If you loved your husband, you would train him to stop shitting in his pants. This is diabolical response by Ethan, as always, with that desk.
Better yet, if you loved your husband, you'd stop fucking other guys on your OnlyFans in front of him. Just saying.
Totally profile picture, obviously. I just imagine that's how he looks anytime he's responding on his Instagram stories. Ethan made this story, spitting facts as usual. Imagine for 1 second it was Ethan on stream. We actually don't have to imagine. We know how y'all reacted to the Giardia lie, which was completely manufactured by Bad Empanada. You don't have a leg to stand on here. And all these people reacted in the most insane way to a completely false story about Ethan and his kids, and they wanted to take his kids away. But when something actually happens with Hasan's dog, they are in complete denial. No.
Yep, and that's why I say report him to the ASPCA. Report him to the police for animal cruelty. Do the reports. It's because unlike what happened with Ethan and the lie that Bad Empanada spread about the Giardia, we actually have videographic evidence to support it. So it's not like anybody reporting Hasan is making a false claim. There's no false claim here. It's on fucking video. So yeah, go for it. Make the reports. Make your reports.
Wonder this psychopath is defending Hasan and calling me a bad dog owner based on nothing. Our Rottweiler broke a window and jumped outside while we were filming something. When we came home, we realized what had happened. It was the scariest 10 minutes of our life. Thankfully, though, someone put her in our backyard. Very, very relieved to know someone wasn't scared to approach her and knew where to put her. Interesting, Anissa. I don't think you're the best dog owner if you're letting your dog jump out windows. Which, like, how many stories was there? What the heck? Do any clips exist of Hasan kissing his dog on the head? I've never met a dog owner who shares their personal life on streams that didn't show affection to the dog. Also, Hasan, my offer still stands. I'll personally drive 3,500 miles to come pick her up. If it means signing an NDA, whatever. I'm not effing around. She deserves better than a 2x3 spot for you to use her as a prop. I'm at Hasan's house right now, and Kaya is wearing a dog collar. I've been here since last night. Interesting, Anissa. You sleep over a lot, it seems. Excuse me, what? She has the setting way too high if she yelps like that. She isn't even allowed to come say hi or move around. Why is she so poorly trained she gets into things? Given the fact that she immediately retreats back to place setting, that tells me no, she's quite well trained, but it seems out of fear. Son, if you aren't gonna take care of your dog, I will happily take her and give her the freedom she deserves. Anyway, surely Hasan cleared up this whole situation, right? He just responded, and yeah, people are not convinced. Hasan denies using a shock collar, and Kaya says that she clipped herself on something.
Get to hear oral arguments on Thursday.
Oh my
we should
god!
note that new CBS.
Is there like a fucking LSF video or something? Is that why there's like hella people coming in here and screeching? Is that what's going on? Oh, classic. It started on D, then H3, then LSF is the classic pipeline. I'm gonna fucking die, dude. Yes, I am incredibly abusive to the not only best trained, but also the...
Dude, terrorizing a dog is not training it. That's not quote unquote best trained. See, a best trained dog would not yelp in fear and pain like that. And also, you would not treat a dog that way, even if it was trained very well. You have never shown any affection to this dog. The only time you hold the dog is if you can get a photo up with it. You're not fooling anyone, you cock-gobbling thundercunt.
The best behaving and most spoiled dog on the planet is from when Kaya yelped. Yeah, she yelped because she fucking clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She clipped herself doing that very slow, very fearful lowering of one leg onto the floor. Yeah, she clipped herself when she did that. Right. Fuck you, asshat. Nobody's falling for it. Absolutely nobody's falling for this. Roll the fucking tape, as the saying goes.
Claiming that the most well-trained and the most spoiled,
oh, yeah, supposedly he's petting her when she's off camera.
Dog on the planet is actually being abused by me, apparently, because I gave her the place command while she was getting off.
Place command. What was the place command? You went, what are you doing? That's not a fucking place command. Mind you, she gets off the bed, he looks at her, glares at her, goes, what are you doing? And then when she yelps, he's like, don't be a baby. That's his quote-unquote place command. And by the way, any legitimate dog owner, when being accused of abusing their animal, would immediately go, I love my dog. I would do anything for my dog. What makes you think that I would ever do anything to harm Kaya? I love her with all my heart. She is my best friend. She is family. Insert adjective here. I would never do anything to deliberately harm her. He doesn't say anything even remotely close to that. What every other good dog owner would if they were ever accused of abusing their animal. That would be the first thing that any normal, loving animal owner would say about their animal, not just dogs, but any animals that they keep, would say, I would never do anything to abuse my insert animal here. I love them with all my heart. I would do anything for them. He has yet to fucking say that. Yet to say. And by the way, his place command, he didn't give a place command. We heard what he said in the clip. He didn't give any kind of a place command.
And then she yelped. These shadows don't know she broke the other beds? Yeah. She'd broken the previous bed.
And? So?
Bro, that dog is being abused. 4-hour streams every day of Hasan. I can't imagine. Yeah. I suspect it's coming from, some crazy haters.
He's petting her when she's off camera.
They said you shocked her with a
supposedly
button.
Petting her.
Yeah. In my evil villain lair. Good thing I didn't hit the fucking trapdoor button instead on accident. She reviewed food online. She yelped.
Up, no, she went
when she was getting off the bed.
No, she didn't go. She fucking yelped. She yelped in pain. That was a yelp of fucking pain. Every dog owner on the fucking planet knows that was a yelp of pain. Don't try and piss on our heads and call it sunshine, you fucking troglodyte.
Because I assume she either stepped
That's it,
funny
I'd be
or
right
clipped.
back. Where's that corgi? I'm gonna bully her.
Corgi? Do you have a corgi, Grumpy? Yes, go lovingly bully your corgi. Go give her lots of love and kisses and snacks and treats.
Because I assume she either stepped funny or clipped her fucking foot on something. I don't know. Yeah, it came from the H3 sub. They didn't even hide it.
Okay, I'm sorry. We did the frame-by-frame analysis. We had XQC the Scholar there go over frame by frame, and I did not see any clipping there. She seemingly seemed to recoil mid-air, and yeah, this just seems like a bold-faced lie here, but let's give it to him, right? So your dog gets injured and yelps, and your first instinct is to not check on her, check if she's okay.
Yes.
Isn't that weird? Instead, you get angry and call her a spoiled baby for daring to take a step, daring to move. I'm Hasan Piker. You need to sit there perfectly in my background for 8 hours a day, or I will, you know, biz. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm trying to be overwhelmingly fair here, but it just looks bad. Like the clip just looks
Pegasus,
bad, right?
stop.
Also, I
Don't
find
be
it
fair.
hilarious. This guy's chat has to converse in like ancient dialect, bro. D and E community, like that's Destiny and Ethan. Basically, they're saying, "Oh, Destiny made the clip. He sent it to Ethan, and then Ethan sent it to LSF, and that's how it went viral." Or whatever.
Yeah, because Hasan is such a fucking child that he will ban anyone that speaks Destiny or Ethan's name in his chat. That's how much of a fucking spoiled child he is, that you have to speak in code in his fucking chat or he'll ban you.
Whatever. I mean, who cares how it actually got out there, right? This is happening on your stream. It's not like they took out a private video that was never supposed to be aired in the public. This is publicly happening on your stream. It's like when you say the Yeet Twitter account is stalking you. Buddy, these are from your stream. This is your public freaking stream. Just because you're too pussy to handle any criticism doesn't make people stalkers. The allegation is alleged, but I mean, there's nothing on her bed for her to clip herself. So it's a silly argument. Also doesn't explain why he allegedly looked like he was reaching for something. I did not see anything to clip herself or whatever. Maybe there was something on the floor. I don't know. Now, somebody pointed out this.
No, it's the theory is, okay. The theory is that he's trying to say like she caught like her toenail on like the surface of the bed. That's the excuse he's making, that when she put her paw back up on the bed, she caught her toenail and that caused her to yelp. Which it wouldn't, by the way. If a dog catches their nail on something, they don't instantly yelp. Aside from the fact that you would have seen if Kaya had caught her nail on something, or caught her paw on something, you would have seen her jerking her paw back to try and free it. Which we didn't see. If something that is how any animal, dog or cat, if they catch their nail or their claw on something, they will actually recoil that paw to try and free it before they'll actually yelp. You'll actually see them yank their leg back to try and dislodge whatever they're caught on, and if that doesn't work and they hurt themselves, then they yelp. Kaya didn't do that.
Stream has been away maybe an hour ago and is just pretending to realize it now. You can see the exact moment he reads it's blowing up, he goes all quiet and distracted and then stands up to call Kaya away. He's then seen telling her to stay away when he comes back and sighs.
President Ronald Reagan speaks about the air traffic controller strike. He states very clearly that if the striking union...
Wait, hang on. I guess, wait, hang on. Hang on. I'm not seeing anything in here about the dog. I'm not seeing him talk any talks about the dog here.
President Ronald Reagan...
Okay.
He speaks about the air traffic controller strike. He states very clearly that if the striking union...
I'm seeing it blowing up on Twitter. That's what's going on. He's seeing it blow up on Twitter right now. The luck.
At one point in these negotiations, agreement was reached and signed by both sides, granting a $40 million increase in salaries and benefits. This is twice what other government employees can expect.
Yeah.
It was granted in recognition of the difficulties inherent.
Quick! I gotta hide the dog that everybody's so pissed off that I abuse. Quick, hide the dog. Maybe I take the dog off screen, people will stop talking about it.
In the work these people perform.
And of course,
now,
Cheers Street.
however, will be terminated.
No.
Okay, that is a very interesting reaction there. So basically, he secretly took care of the problem, right? He called Kaya off stream and then maybe adjusted something, maybe took off the collar, maybe did something there. And then later, an hour later, pretended like he saw the clip or something like that. I assume that's what's happening in this clip here. I mean, it wouldn't shock me.
Phrasing?
That Hasan is straight up bullshitting. But
Phrasing, Pegasus, come on. Come on, Pegasus. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, Pegasus.
I feel like if you wanted to clear this up, you would instantly, grab Kaya there, put them in front of the camera and be like, hey, this is my dog here. She's perfectly fine. Show the collar, show it's not a shock collar. And then, you would just dispel all the allegations and the rumors because your own chat was spamming a bunch of
Yeah, Moose, that's the painful part, is we see this with abused animals, is no matter how much they get abused, they'll still unconditionally love their owners, even when their owners abuse them. That is the saddest fucking thing. That's how dogs are. And it's absolutely fucking heartbreaking that no matter how much these people abuse their dogs, the dogs are still loyal to them. The dogs will still love them. Yeah, you will get some that will eventually just snap. It's not 100% true, because you do get dogs that after they get abused, some dogs will just snap and will just start attacking their owners. The majority of them, though, will continue to be loyal and loving towards their abusive owner. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying right now. Like, there are some dogs that they can reach that breaking point where, for these dogs that do get abused, that some will reach that breaking point that they will just snap and they will attack their owners. And and unfortunately, when that happens, the dog is not. There's unfortunately a high likelihood that the dog cannot be socialized, and that the dog will be a danger to any owner after that, because that abuse has been so deeply ingrained in that dog that it now associates humans with abuse. And so even if that dog is removed from the home, there is a high likelihood that that dog can never be socialized, and it will attack any human being that it comes near. And unfortunately, it would have to be euthanized because it cannot be retrained. It will always be human aggressive because it was conditioned to be that way by horrible, abusive owners. And that's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking that people can do that to a dog, that can basically traumatize it and abuse it so terribly that it thinks all humans are its enemies, that it views humans as a source of pain and will attack any human that gets even close to it.
Notes of sad or whatever. I know they do that a lot as a meme or whatever, but honestly, I don't know, they could actually probably be concerned as well. So I don't know, I find it weird. He has to secretly call his dog off camera or whatever to do something. Yeah, I don't know, all the theories are floating. Depends how much you believe Hasan at this point, right? Now, people are pointing out that Hasan's dog does have a collar, so they're debating whether it's like an air tag or actually a shock collar.
In the same positive association with Israel. So all this does is breed resentment. Again,
no, Ninu. Welcome. Yeah, you did come during a particularly emotional react because we're talking about Hasan abusing his dog. But welcome in, and I hope you'll stick around because this is not all we're going to be doing tonight. And yes, the trying to say it's even if that's an air tag fitted into an electronic collar. So. Yeah, try and say like, oh, that's an air tag. Air tags actually are about that big, but the air tag, there's all the rest of this color, and it blinks. So could this be an air tag slot? Yes, it could. That is about the approximate size of an air tag. They're not that big. That definitely could be an air tag, but the rest of the collar is a shock collar. We saw the blinking light on it, indicating it was ready to receive a transmission from a remote. So it's both. There's an air tag in there, and it's also a shock collar, because non-shock collars don't blink.
In the same positive association with Israel. So all this does is breed resentment against Israel, and also, depending on how...
Yeah, I mean, what is that look? So he notices the dog moves an inch and then immediately just stops everything and gives like the death stare of like, how dare you, Kaya? How dare you move? Sit on your tiny, tiny ass chair there. I mean, the thing is, big dogs need to move around. They need to run and be active and, you know, probably not listen to us.
Wait, did we get a raid? Hold up, do it. Snowgoal! Hi, welcome raiders. Welcome in. I hate that I don't have an alert for tick raids yet. Welcome in, raiders. How is your stream? You caught us kind of at a little bit of a heartbreaking one. We're talking about the thing with Hasan and his dog, how he's basically abusing his dog and traumatizing his dog. But welcome in. I hope you'll join us. We're going to be moving on to different stuff after this, so do please join us and enjoy the stream.
Don Piker propaganda 24/7. Jesus Christ, that's gotta be given some level of parasites or brainworms or something like that. Now, apparently, people found a clip of Hasan having his collar way too tight on Kaya, and his like simp friend points it out, and he just awkwardly brushes it off.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we can.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
She's like. She has a lot of neck meat.
Wow. I mean, your response to, I think...
The collar on your dog is too tight. You're choking her. Oh, it's fine. She's got neck meat. Doesn't even fucking care. Doesn't even fucking care that that when someone just pointed out you're choking your dog by putting the collar too tight. And he's like, he basically pulled a fucking Draker. Sorry, Draker, I don't mean to insult you. Nah, it'll be fine.
I think you're choking her is, it's a lot of neck meat, guys. It's just a lot of neck meat. I mean, oh my god, this guy's such a piece of shit. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Wouldn't you feel extremely embarrassed and guilty and be like, at least apologize or say something or apologize to Kai or whatever? I don't know, man. Maybe my brain doesn't operate the way this guy does and I'm being ridiculous even trying to compare this guy to a regular human being, but it's just actually crazy to me. This absolute scumbag terrorist lover can't even treat his dog right. Right, so Asmongold responded...
It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
God. Every time oh my god, every time I hear that, it breaks my fucking heart. Every time we hear that, it breaks my fucking heart to hear her yelp like that. And by the way, yeah, that was a place command. All I did was, Kaya, please, shock. And she yelped. Yeah, did you hear anywhere in that exchange a place command? Huh? And he pressed a button, Raph. He 100% pressed the shock button. At what point in that exchange did you hear a place command? I sure as fuck didn't hear one. No, all I heard was an exasperation of, Kaya, please, buzz, and I'm gonna shock.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
And I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
It's a 95% chance it's a shock collar. Holy shit. Hasan stating he owns and uses shock collars.
My old roommate wanted to use a shock collar. I have it still. I bought it. They are incredibly effective.
That's not a good clip. I'll say that.
Guys, 99%. 99%.
This is why XQC is so sure it's a shock collar.
It beeps. It beeps.
Association with Israel. So all this does is...
It beeped. Beep. This is probably an AirTag.
That wasn't a beep. That wasn't... I'm going to disagree with XQC on this. Watch.
So all this does is...
It beeped.
It's not a beep. That is very likely just a power symbol. That's not a beep. This is basically just a light indicator to probably indicate that the color is turned on. That when the color is turned on and has power, it's an indicator light to just indicate that the color is on and active. That's it. That's what that light is. And so you have some devices like this collar where when it's powered on, when it has power, it will blink just to indicate that it is turned on and active. That's it. That's not the, unless XQC meant it was when he said it beeped, is he was trying to say it blinked. Yeah, and Snobble, that's exactly what I was just saying. You know, with him being Quebecois, he may have, you know, been instead, he probably may have meant to say blink and he said beep instead. So it could have been a translation issue, because we all know XQC is much more comfortable speaking in Quebec French. So when he said it beeped, he may have actually been saying it blinked, and just improper word usage. There was a loss in translation there.
Beep! This is probably an AirTag, I'm going to assume. But see, there's a little bump there.
Which country shock collars for dogs banned in? Because people said like it's banned in your country. So they're banned in several countries. They're banned in England.
Yeah,
they're
it's not banned in
Finland,
America.
They're banned in Denmark, in Austria, in Germany, in Netherlands, in Norway, in Sweden. And holy shit. Okay, well, yeah.
Okay, well, that's a
Quebec,
lot of sort of corroborating evidence coming out there. Obviously, there would have to be a full investigation into what actually is going on there, whatever. But you know, regardless of what actually happened in that specific moment, I still feel like it's a pretty weird way to treat your dog. His reaction was very weird. The yelping was very weird, and also like all those other clips. Like, why is the collar so freaking tight that your simp fucking friend there can't even put like 2 fingers into the collar, right? You're basically like choking your dog there. And your response was so pathetic, like, oh, the neck is thick or whatever. Like, what do you mean? Like, what does that have anything to do with the tightness?
It means nothing. It was just something for Hasan to say, to hand wave it away like, oh, I don't fucking care. That's all it was. Him saying like, oh, there's neck meat there. That was him just throwing out like verbal diarrhea to hand wave it away. That's it.
Of the color, like, it's not growing actively as you put it on. You should be able to make sure she's not, you know, feeling uncomfortable and shit like that. But I don't know, man, this is just looking bad. So much things adding up here. Here's Asmon's comments saying, stop being a baby when shocking an animal for trying to leave a room is genuinely mentality insane. And now we know why the dog always looks so miserable. Not only she has to live with her son, but he's both shocking and choking his poor dog, poor girl. There's only one animal in that room deserving of a shock collar, and it ain't the dog. He almost slipped and confirmed it's a shock collar. It's the fact that his fans are still saying it's not is wild. I mean, I'm not gonna defend
because his fans have drunk the Kool-Aid. His fans are just as fucking psychopathic as him. Let's be real here. You know, his diehard fans, like, there's nothing that he can do that can drive them away. They will slurp and glorp all over his inverted micropenis till the end of time. He is their god, basically. So they will defend him on literally everything. So it's honestly not a surprise for them to defend him.
Definitively say that without 100% proof, but I still don't like the pattern. This person says it's 1,000% a shock collar. We got XQC with the 98%. We got the 1,000%. I assume he's got that poor dog trained to sit in the same spot and not even allowed to move. That wasn't a bark for attention. That was pain. It's not even like the dog was barking or destroying something. It literally just moved and he zaps it. Evil man. Is anyone surprised? Animal mistreatment is a classic symptom of psychopathy. Even his dog hates them. This is disgusting. Now, apparently, the cover-up is on full display. The LSF moderators are going and deleting every single instance. I literally had like 4 different links ready for this video, and then when I tried to start recording, all of them were deleted. So I had to go find it in some alternative sources or whatever, because they keep trying to wipe this shit, which is crazy. It's like the Hasan Piker Defense Squad.
Wonder if something like that is going to come up at the congressional hearing whenever they can haul Reddit, Discord, and Twitch into Congress. Like, what is up with your people deleting links of, you know, deleting evidentiary links? Huh?
is just engraved in Reddit or something. Hasan isn't gonna frick you, by the way, my god. So anyways, XQC calls them out. XQC scolds the LSF mods for removing some Hasan threads, says to call him.
Remove a moderator. Oh, not this again. Not this again, I cannot. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Again? Yo, LSF mods, yo, you have me on Discord. Give me a ring. Yo, I know you might be watching. Buddy, give me a ring. I had you on stream last time. Buddy, explain. I said last time you guys are doing better. And if you guys do this shit,
Okay, hold up. I was just thinking about this and it might not be so nefarious. It may not be so suspicious or nefarious. Okay? I will offer an alternative take on this. It is possible that the live stream failed moderator may have removed it because it actually showed animal abuse. It is entirely possible that if the link was to the video footage of Hasan shocking Kaya, unedited, so it actually showed it in full, it's possible they may have removed it because it was showing animal abuse. That is a possibility. It's like we're seeing the edits. That's where I was getting to, Atanashi. If it's like where we've seen in this video where they've edited the video footage so it doesn't show Kaya reacting when she gets shocked because of TOS concerns, there is a small possibility that may have been why they removed it. However, like you said, Atanashi, I was getting there. You beat me to it. It would have been in their best interest to say, we had to remove this because it is showing animal abuse, which is against TOS. If that was their rationale, then they needed to have posted something and said this had to be removed because it was showcasing animal abuse, and so that's against our TOS, so we had to remove the link. If they had done that, it would have been understandable.
Hell, hold you accountable. I have to hold you guys accountable.
I mean, that is some classic Reddit censorship. Is anybody surprised that they want to desperately defend Hasan in any way humanly possible? It is just the classic Reddit playbook. And this is why we were talking about how they need to be investigated in this, and apparently these Reddit admins are working with the H3 snark mods or something like that. And, Reddit is also being questioned for being one of the platforms potentially radicalizing people into political violence as well, right? So these are all subtly connected in some strange way, right? And I feel like you're never going to stop the message. I mean, no matter how many clips you delete, it'll just get posted again and again on different Reddits or on Twitter, and essentially people will see the truth, and you won't be able to hide this type of shit. I feel like Hasan could have explained this away much easier than just secretly taking his dog off camera and then giving some weird explanation that makes no sense, where she clipped herself on something. When we did the frame by frame, we didn't actually see anything. Maybe you should say exactly what she clipped herself on. Maybe actually go investigate. Maybe try to dispel some of these rumors, but it just seems like he doesn't care. He didn't care that the collar was too tight. He just did not care.
XQC says he doesn't understand why Hasan is trying to gaslight over what happened.
To me,
he's okay. He's trying to gaslight because he's trying to protect his brand. Because despite Hasan being able to scream for the blood of capitalists to paint the streets red, despite the fact that he has literally screamed for people to literally disembowel landlords, despite all that, the one thing that he knows that could actually turn people against him is animal abuse. Calling for the deaths of people, bad enough, but his devoted followers are right in line there with him. Abusing an animal would actually be a bridge too far, even for his, schlorpin' glorpin' followers. Animal abuse would actually be a bit too far. Animal abuse is the one thing that is pretty much universally hated, with obviously some psychopathic notable exceptions. Hasan. So that's why he's desperately trying to backpedal and gaslight and claim, oh, it was nothing, because it's the one thing that could actually turn people away from him.
It's fascinating. Like, it's not that crazy. People have their own secrets, we have their own private lives, but to have something on in the middle of the camera to happen, and then to try to gaslight everybody and say that it's wrong when it's provable in live motion is, it's just dumb. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Ib asked like, oh, dude, please don't get a Frenchie. I just wrote a Vox article talking about how problematic they are. Like, I don't give a fuck. I know they have breathing problems. I know they're incredibly fucking inbred. I don't give a shit. I know. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit.
Nick the Oreo drops a warning about incoming Hasan fan obfuscation. Obviously, the out-of-context demons are coming.
Reddit by the LSF mods. He's treating his dog like a Funko Pop. Oh god, dude. Oh god. And I'm remembering. Remember who's the e-girl who spent like fucking $3,000 on Funko Pops of some guy's money or something? Or like their entire backdrop was like Funko Pop. I don't remember. He's treating his dog like a Funko Pop on a shelf, just something to be in the background of his streams. Stay on your 2-foot by 4-foot mat. Do not move for 8 hours or I will shock you. Apparently the dog does leave the mat sometimes, and that's like an okay thing. I don't okay, cool. So be careful saying that for 8 hours the dog sits there.
Oh my god. Nicholas DeFiorio actually commented like months ago, actually on one of my tweets. He's like, I actually put out a tweet that Nick DeFiorio actually commented on his stream. I forget exactly what he said. I forget what the hell I said. I forget what the hell beginning the context was, because this was like fucking months ago. But he actually was like, he said something about my tweet. Oh, I can't remember. It's been so fucking long. It's been so damn long. Maybe I'll try and look up what he said. Or if anybody knows, you know, if anybody has the clip of where he said something about my tweet, feel free to forward it to me. But it's like, yeah, he like discounted basically what I said in a tweet, which I think was like a legitimately decent take on a subject matter. But anyway.
Eric is an asshole, annoying, like subhuman freak on Twitter will be like, actually, the dog sits there for 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 35 seconds to stream on average. I watch every Hasan stream, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. You're a fucking defamation artist or something. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Some, like, absolute subhuman wretch is gonna come try to correct you.
It's out of context, guys. You just have to watch Hasan's entire 10-hour stream, of course, and the previous 30 days of his content in order to get the full context for what that very obvious clip of the dog just yelping, right? And Hasan's very weird, strange reaction there. Actually, you don't understand. Hasan is the kindest terrorist glazer on the planet, right? Out of all the terrorist glazers in the world, he is the kindest one, right? The kindest terrorism supporter. He really cares about animals, you see? Judging by his care for actual humans, he definitely cares about animals, obviously. I mean, I just never understand these types of people who defend their streamer to the ends of the earth. It's like Destiny fans. Like, the amount of times he said he likes 15-year-olds, it just doesn't matter to them. It's always out of context. He wants to kill all conservatives. It's out of context, guys. It's just like, everything's out of context. These people have created a cult in which they can never be criticized. They can literally, these people will never lose their fan base. Now click this video to actually allow Kaya to run around in the backyard and give her a treat, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Now. Fucking hell. Yeah, Kaya needs to be taken away and placed into a home that will actually love and care about her. Flat the fuck out. She needs to be removed from the home. Thank you, Durahan. Let me see if I can find the unedited clip. Holy shit, X is taking a while to open up today. What the fuck is going on here? Why is X taking so goddamn long to open? What the hell? Good night, Coyote. Okay, here we go. Let me find, there we go. All right, Yeet posted it, so let me find, holy shit, if this thing would fucking work. There we go. All right, let me find it. I know Yeet's got it up there. Is this it? Hang on. Okay. Let me make sure that Okay. All right, got it. All right, I got it. All right, chat, be aware. Be aware, this may be a bit upsetting, okay? I'm going to give you fair warning. Fair warning, it's, but we need to see it. We need to see this.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening.
All right, hang on. I'm going to fast forward it to, there we go. Whoop. Okay, it did fast forward it for us. Okay. God, you can tell she wants to get off the bed. You can tell the way she keeps hanging off of it.
It is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
Yeah, you saw the way she jumped? Look at the way she... I'm gonna mute it. But you can see the way she... Look at the way she jumped. See that? See, look at her paw right there. Look at the way her paw recoiled. Like that. It actually, like, jumps. Uh-huh. Yeah. And she, yeah, she caught her paw on something. What, the fucking floor? If she had caught her paw on something, when her paw jerks like that, her paw wouldn't have left the floor. If she had, like, caught on the carpeting or something, which it's flat carpeting. It's not like it's shag carpeting that she could have caught it on. So yeah, that's she didn't get her paw caught on anything. That was you shocking her. You fucking bitch. You fucking psychopath. And then he posted something 3 hours ago. Okay, he posted something. This is new. He posted this. This got posted by Yeet 3 hours ago of him trying to explain it away.
This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. There's the prawns. There's the shock prawns. Right fucking there. He forgot to cover them up. There's the shock prawns. That is the prong. See where my cursor is? That is the prong. It doesn't go into the neck, but it touches or presses against it. You fucked up, Hasan. That's a shock collar. It doesn't vibrate, it shocks.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, this is a better one.
Gotcha, bitch!
That's a shock collar.
It has the capacity to vibrate. And that's it. Are you happy? That's it. Good?
Uh-huh.
There's the air tag. There's the fucking vibrator. Yeah. It also uses...
Not showing the underside.
It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime. And it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost.
That's the air tag, you stupid fucktard. Stop trying to explain shit that you don't know about.
You are able to, it emits a sound, okay?
Uh-huh. Guessed it. We got you, fucker. If it vibrates, it wouldn't have a prong. If it just vibrated, it wouldn't have a prong. Yeah, and if it just vibrated, why didn't you put it on yourself, Hasan? Why didn't you put it on your own arm and go, see, look, it vibrates. Huh?
Kaya, come. Kaya. Come here,
man.
Good girl. Place.
Yeah. Now he said place. He didn't fucking say place before when he shocked her. Notice his excuse was I gave her the place command when she yelped in pain. No, you didn't. You had Kaya, please, Buzz. Stop being a baby after she yelped.
There are days where Kaya doesn't wear a collar. There are days where she wears a different collar. Okay.
All right. That's enough. We got the evidence. That's going on fucking YouTube. That is going on YouTube, where he I think it was he unintentionally showed the prong. Because you notice how his hands were placed on that? He was like trying to cover up the underside of it, but he didn't place his hands quite correctly, and one of the shock prongs was exposed. Ladies and gentlemen, we got